Hi everyone, this is Jiggie, a portrait and wedding photographer from the Philippines, and welcome to the channel. So in this video, I am taking you behind the scenes during an actual wedding. This is the part where I shoot the couple, and I will discuss with you the principle of focusing by light, and at the same time show you how I processed, lit, and shot this particular image. So before anything else, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, now is the perfect time to do so because this is the final video before I draw the winner for the collapsible backdrop from Kate Backdrop. This backdrop is a 1.5 meter by 2 meter dual-sided non-reflective backdrop, and the nice thing about this giveaway is that I will actually make the winner choose what specific design they want for that specific backdrop. And to join is going to be very simple. All you have to do is follow the mechanics in the description below. Okay, so as I said in my intro, I am actually taking you behind the scenes during one of my wedding shoots. But of course, since this was an actual wedding, we weren't able to shoot it the way I would normally shoot my instructional videos. So bear with me when it comes to the quality of the video right now that I am going to be showing you. Okay, so let's go. Oh, we're on TTL. I'm going to go on manual mode, full power. Okay, so I was actually shooting on TTL prior to this layout, but I decided that I wanted to shoot in manual mode, or manual meaning my flash was on manual mode because I was still on shutter speed priority as of this moment. Now, why am I on shutter speed priority? Because I wanted to stay within my flash sync speed of the camera in order for me to be able to maximize the power of my flash. So again, my flash was set on manual mode. My exposure was set on shutter speed priority. My shutter speed was 1/250, and I just let the camera decide what aperture and ISO will be needed for the proper exposure of the scene, and I will just adjust everything using the exposure compensation dial. All right. Very nice. Look at that. Look at how it's being focused by light. Right there. Okay, so what do I mean by focusing by light? I specifically shoot that way so that the brightest part of the image is where my couple is, so that your eye is naturally drawn to that part of the image. So I use my external lights. Oh, by the way, in this particular shoot, I had my ProPhoto B2 with a Magmod Magbox, a 24-inch Octabank with a focus diffuser. Again, I was focusing my light directly towards the subject so that they become the brightest part of the image, therefore your eye is naturally drawn to them. Very simple. I like that. I like that. Looks good. Wait, let's do one more pose. Do that. Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? Be yourself now, please. Please be yourself. Please, go. Risa, just do your thing. Okay, Jeffrey, no, seriously, just do your thing. Sometimes you just have to make it as simple as possible. It doesn't really have to be winner shots all the time. We can compose it properly, but what you want is you want the couple to be represented by who they are. So if I try posing them too much, we lose track of their personality. So now we're trying to bring out their personality. Okay, so before we continue with this portion of the shoot, I forgot to mention the camera that I was using was my Sony a7R Mark IV, and for that first layout, I shot it with a 51.4 lens. So while I was giving that explanation of making them feel comfortable by asking them to be who they are, if they wanted to be wacky and fun, you always do layouts with them doing that. And at that moment, I actually shifted lenses from the 51.4 to my 16-35 2.8 GM, and I continue shooting. All right, final. Okay, so I'm gonna try to do something here because I've been loving the sky replacement feature of Photoshop. So since we don't have beautiful sky, what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna compose it now, thinking that the sky is beautiful. So I will just replace that in post. So guys, can we have one very intimate pose this time? Jeffrey, I need your body towards me a bit. Risa, there, that's it. Both of you looking towards the light. Okay, and then face each other, please. Jeffrey, with your right hand, hold on to her chin. Yes. Then Risa, hold on to his wrist. Perfect. There. Then Jeffrey, going closer. Beautiful. Chin up a little bit, Jeffrey. I love that. All right, perfect. So that one, we're going to replace the blue sky. Okay? Okay. So that's one thing that's very, very important. Whenever you're going to be doing post-processing after you've shot an image, it has to be pre-visualized. In other words, as I said in the video, I was so disappointed with the fact that the sky wasn't nice, because an hour prior to that, the clouds were beautiful, the sky was so blue, and that this particular layout would have been fantastic with that. But since there is a new option in Photoshop, like for sky replacement, which is a fantastic, fantastic feature of the new Adobe Photoshop, I decided that if I can't do it now in camera, then I might as well do it in post. But I am shooting specifically or pre-visualizing that I will be doing that in post-production, which is what we're going to be doing now. So my raw conversion software is Capture One Pro 21, and this is the actual image that came out of the camera. So as you see, my settings were on shutter speed priority. I had it on 1/250. The aperture that was set was 7.1, and my ISO was 100. I'm sure you guys noticed the back of the screen while I was shooting, and the image was actually dark, and the only thing that you saw was a couple, because I wanted just to light them, because there's one thing that you can't do in post-production, which is you can't change the quality of light, nor can you change the direction of the light. So that's one thing that was very, very important for me to be able to get straight out of camera. Now, I know my camera, I know the capabilities of my A7R Mark IV, and I knew how much detail I could bring out from the shadows, which is what I did now here in my camera software. So I actually increased my exposure and brightness by 16 stop, and I increased my shadow by 50%. So I'll remove it now, I'll show you. So that's how it looked like. So by increasing it to 50, I was able to bring out the shadow detail that I wanted originally, and I just tweaked my exposure and my brightness a bit, and you could see the difference. Then I made an adjustment layer just to be able to make them a bit more brighter than the background, because I brought up the brightness of the background, so I want the couple to stand out more, again focusing by light. So I made an adjustment layer just to focus on them. So from here, we open it up now in Photoshop. So coming from the raw conversion software, I now open the image in Photoshop. And as you can see, I've already edited this image, but I will show you step by step everything that I did. So the first thing that I do is I create another layer, and I call that my general cleanup. In other words, I have to take out this person here, I have to take out this one, and I don't like the spill of the light that happened here, plus this post was really out of place. So I just cleaned it up and removed it using the clone stamp tool. Now, as I said earlier, I wanted to replace the sky. Actually, right now it's okay, but of course I wanted a more dynamic sky. Therefore, we have this option here in Photoshop, and all you have to do is click it. It says sky replacement. Where's that? There we go, sky replacement. So the sky replacement option allowed me to do this. So I was able to bring in that really nice sky that I envisioned initially when I composed this image. Unfortunately, of course, we cannot control the weather. So since we can't control the weather, these are the things that we might have to do in post-production just to make your vision into a reality. After which, I merged the layers here. So this is a merge layer of all these layers here. Then I did a dodge and burn layer. In other words, I wanted to make this darker. I wanted to make portions of the image darker, again, to focus more on the image. But that wasn't enough, so I created a curves layer, and I masked everything except for that of the subject to make them a bit brighter. Then I sharpened it. So you can see the sharpening here. I'll zoom in a bit. I just sharpen on the couple. There, it's contrast sharpening. After which, I did just a slight adjustment on levels just to make it brighter. And finally, I did my color saturation, because during that time that the sun was already setting, we lost a bit of the colors in the green. So I just saturated a bit by 70%. Okay. So that's how I shoot my couples during an actual wedding. So with this particular layout, I focused a lot on focusing by light. In other words, again, I popped a flash, which was my Profoto B2 modified by my Magmod 24-inch Octobank with a focus diffuser to be able to illuminate my subjects brighter than my existing exposure. After which, I pre-visualized the fact that I might have to replace the sky in Photoshop in post-production. So I brought it in Capture One, brought out the shadows, evened it out, put it in Photoshop, replaced the sky, did a little bit of tweaking, and this is your final image. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, now is still the perfect time to do so because you still have a chance to win that beautiful backdrop from Kate Backdrop. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Until the next video.